Most Canadians think of their TFSA as a simple, flexible savings account. Put money in, watch it grow, take it out tax-free. And for the most part, that's exactly how it works. But what a lot of people don't realize is that the CRA pays close attention to how Canadians use their TFSAs. And when certain lines get crossed, sometimes completely by accident, the penalties can be significant. We're talking unexpected tax bills, penalties on over-contributions, and in some cases, full taxation on gains you assumed were protected. The TFSA is one of the most powerful financial tools available to Canadians, but it's only powerful if you use it correctly. So today, we're walking through the 3 most common TFSA mistakes that Canadians are making right now and exactly how to avoid them. Hello, if you're new here, my name is Elizabeth and I'm the founder of Boss Budget Labs. This channel exists to help ambitious Canadians simplify their finances, get out of debt, and build real lasting wealth without the overwhelm. And today's topic is one I want every Canadian to understand because the TFSA is genuinely one of the best tools we have access to. But there's a lot of misinformation out there and some honest misunderstandings that end up costing people real money. This video is for you whether you just opened your first TFSA, whether you've had one for years, or whether you're not entirely sure how yours is set up. If at any point you want to sit down and review how your TFSA is actually set up, the link to book a time with my team is in the description below. We're going to break down the 3 mistakes the CRA flags most often, why they happen, and what you can do to protect yourself. If you find this helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more real-world money advice. Part 1. What's really going on with your TFSA? Before we get into the mistakes, let's make sure we're on the same page about how the TFSA actually works, because a lot of the errors people make come from misunderstanding the mechanics. The tax-free savings account was introduced in Canada in 2009. Every Canadian resident who is 18 or older accumulates contribution room each year, and any growth, withdrawals, or income earned inside the account is completely tax-free. That's a genuine, powerful feature. But here's what a lot of people miss. The TFSA has rules. It's not simply a tax-free container you can use however you like, without limits. The CRA monitors TFSA activity, and they have been increasing their scrutiny over the years, particularly as more Canadians hold larger balances and use their TFSAs for active investing. The 3 mistakes we're covering today are the ones that consistently appear on the CRA's radar. None of them require bad intentions to trigger. In most cases, they come from a simple lack of clarity about how the rules work. So let's go through them one by one. Part 2. Mistake 1. Over-contributions to your TFSA. This is the most common TFSA mistake in Canada, and it catches people off guard more often than you'd believe. Here's how it works. Every Canadian resident 18 and older accumulates TFSA contribution room each year. For 2025, the annual limit was $7,000. The total cumulative room, if you've never contributed and have been eligible since 2009, sits at $102,000 as of 2025. And with 2026 limit confirmed at $7,000, that number climbs to $109,000 in 2026. The important rule to understand is this. When you withdraw money from your TFSA, that room is not immediately restored. It comes back on January 1st of the following calendar year. So here's where the mistake happens. Someone withdraws $10,000 from their TFSA in August, maybe to cover an expense or move it into a different account. Then in October of that same year, they redeposit $10,000 thinking the room has been restored. It hasn't. Not yet. That $10,000 redeposit is now an overcontribution. The CRA charges a penalty of 1% per month on the overcontributed room amount for every month it remains in excess. That might not sound catastrophic, but it adds up. And more importantly, you'll receive a letter from the CRA that requires a response and a correction. The fix is straightforward. Know your contribution room before you deposit anything. You can check your available room through your CRA My Account portal online. And if you make a withdrawal during the year, simply wait until January 1st of the following year to recontribute that same amount. Part 3. Mistake 2. Using your TFSA to run an active trading business. This one is less common, but carries the most serious consequences, and it's becoming more relevant as more Canadians take an active interest in investing. The CRA's position is clear. The TFSA is designed for passive investing and personal savings, not for running what they consider to be a business activity. If the CRA determines that your TFSA is being used to carry on a business typically identified through high-frequency trading, day trading, or a pattern of buying and selling securities that resembles a business operation, they can declare the gains inside that TFSA to be fully taxable business income. That means the tax-free protection disappears entirely, and you're on the hook for income tax on every dollar of profit generated inside the account. Now, to be clear, this does not mean you can't invest your TFSA actively. Buying and holding stocks, ETFs, index funds, bonds, all of that is completely fine and very much within the intended use of the account. The CRA's concern is with patterns that look like a professional trading operation. Someone turning over their entire portfolio dozens of times a year using leverage, or essentially running a trading desk inside a registered account. If you're a long-term investor who happens to reveal and rebalance your portfolio periodically, you're not at risk here. But if you are day trading frequently inside your TFSA and generating significant profits, it's worth having a conversation with a tax professional about how the CRA might view that activity. The broader lesson is this: invest inside your TFSA with a clear, long-term strategy. Not only does it reduce your regulatory risk, it's also generally a better approach to building wealth. Part 4. Mistake 3. Contributing to your TFSA as a non-resident of Canada. This one applies to a specific group of Canadians, but it's important enough to address because the penalties are steep and the situation comes up more than people realize. You can only contribute to your TFSA while you are a Canadian resident for tax purposes. If you leave Canada for work, for travel, or to live abroad, you are no longer considered a tax resident. You stop accumulating new contribution room. More importantly, if you make contributions to your TFSA while you are a non-resident, the CRA will apply a 1% monthly penalty tax on those contributions for every month they remain in the account. This catches people who move abroad temporarily, assume their TFSA is still fully available to them, and continue contributing as normal. It also sometimes catches newcomers to Canada who aren't yet clear on when their residency status officially begins for tax purposes. If your resident status has changed or might change, even temporarily, this is something to flag with a tax professional before making any TFSA contributions. The account itself doesn't have to be closed when you leave Canada. The investments inside can remain and continue to grow. You simply cannot make new contributions during the period of non-residence without triggering penalties. Part 5. The smarter way to use your TFSA. Now that we've walked through what to avoid, here's the mindset that protects you. Treat your TFSA as a strategic long-term wealth building account, not just a convenient place to park money. Know your contribution room every year before you deposit anything. That single habit eliminates the most common mistake entirely. If you make withdrawals, mark your calendar for January 1st before you recontribute. Invest inside your TFSA with a purpose, whether that's building an emergency fund, saving for a long-term goal, or growing a tax-free investment portfolio. Clarity on what the account is doing for you leads to better decisions. And if anything about your situation is non-standard, if you've moved, if you've been away from Canada, if you trade frequently, get professional eyes on it. The cost of one conversation with a qualified tax advisor is nothing compared to an unexpected CRA bill. Your TFSA used correctly is one of the most effective tools available to any Canadian, and the rules are manageable. They just need to be understood. Most of the time, these mistakes don't come from bad intentions. They come from nobody sitting down and explaining the rules clearly. And that's what this channel is here for. The TFSA is one of the best tools in the Canadian tax system. Use it correctly, and it works extremely hard for you. If you're ready to take control of your finances and start building a real wealth book, a free call with my team using the link in the description below. And if you want to learn alongside other Canadians who are on the same journey, I'd love to have you in my free school community. The link is also in the description below. Thank you for watching and tuning in today, and we'll be back soon.